As we grow older, they are kind of still it stays with you for a longer period of the time. So those who people were listeners there. So if someone still got the baggage from the past, how they can remove that and keep moving forward and build the self-confidence on themselves. It either could be like a weight, or could be like how they look, or could be anything like crippling them inside.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So the thing is when you start to be more aware and mindful, you'll see what's bothering you. You can
Mhm.
start to pay attention to triggers and things that make you feel some type of way. So then that's when you would know to start digging a little deeper into that. And
Yeah.
that's when people need to emotionally detach themselves from pre-experiences in life. And
Yeah.
when you know, because again, once you build your self-confidence, the more people say things about you, yes, it's going to still hurt. We're still humans, but it doesn't sting as bad as when your confidence is already low. This is how you already see yourself. And then someone also puts another pile of bricks on top of that. Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So you start from a more positive space. So once that brick hits you, it doesn't go as far as low, but it still kind of hurts, but you're like, bounce off, because I know how I am, who I am
Mhm.
inside. It doesn't really matter what you think. And a lot of times too, is people need to be very careful and aware that when other people are hurting you, it's not really them, it's them projecting their hurt onto you. So it's more of a defense mechanism. So a lot of the times it's not really about you. It's
Yeah.
the other person that's in a bad space that has to make you feel bad to make them feel better. So then
Yeah.
if you look at it in that way, it's easier to detach. Like, okay, this person is going through something. I'm not even gonna go there with you. You know, I'm gonna let you do
Yeah.
your thing and I'm gonna remove myself, because who knows what you went through before I saw you today, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just that.
Yeah, it's a different journey for different individuals. So, and processes could be
Absolutely.
like a different. So let's get into self-love as well. So I think is without each other, there is self-confidence, self-love. It doesn't go together, right? So what's the
So
definition will be like a self-love?
okay, good, good. Okay, so people think self-love is like egotistic, narcissist, or like a selfish act because you're taking care of yourself and you love yourself, or I am vain type of thing. But
Yeah.
that's not what it means. It means that you are taking accountability of who you are. That I like to say the A and the B side, because everybody wants to show up as the A side and nobody wants to talk about their B side.
Yeah.
But when you've come to a place where you're fine with either side, and you know that, listen, this is who I am. I'm a unique person. I was built this way, and take it for what it is.
Mm.
Not to say you can't work on those B sides, but not to act as if those B sides don't exist. So
Yeah.
just loving and accepting who you are and your capabilities. So self-confidence comes before self-love, because you can't love something you're not confident in. So if you don't
Yeah.
like who you are, or you don't even have confidence in who you are as a person, you can't physically, genuinely love that.
Yeah. So it's both working on the same way together, right?
Yeah. It's almost as if they're like building blocks together.
Yeah. Without each other, like it doesn't really work, the system. It doesn't really follow through. So like if someone's starting to do self-love, before they love themselves, they have to figure out who they are actually, right?
Yeah.
Without like finding out who you are, what do you actually love on? So how
Yeah.
someone going to find out like who they are? I think it's a long process. And not everyone gonna be find out like who they are in the age of 15 or like a 20 years
No,
old.
no, no,
It's a
no.
long time,
No, that's
right?
why I'm out. And that's why I'm trying to even get into like elementary schools, junior high schools, because the sooner we can find who we are and our identity, the less we have to go through life with all these masks that we're going to put on to fit in, to make it seem like we should go here or we can fit there. You know, then if you think about it, at the age 40, you've put on what, 20, 50 different masks that now you're having to declutterize.
Yeah.
To really get to the core who you really are, not what everybody else has perceived or what you want them to see, but who you actually are inside. So the longer it takes for you to get the help, the longer it takes for the journey, because then there's more layering and more process that we have to dig deeper to get to the actual real person that has been hiding or I wouldn't say hiding because people use it as a defense.
Yeah.
So just a way of coping through life.
Yeah, so in terms of like going to self-love and finding who you are, eventually we end up being like a someone else because of the society we have, like people around us. And we get
Mhm.
busy with the situation, even though career-wise, like let's say you're born in a family, your parents both are like a doctor or engineer, you tend to be like them, even though you're realizing like your passion probably music, your passion probably being an actor or like a painting. Or some people like happy with it, getting a normal job working in a grocery store, and they're happy with
Yeah,
it, and they love to watch Netflix or play games all day long. That's for them. But with the society and the family and everything, we tend to be like not doing what we're meant to be doing. So those who listen are like going through the kind of phases, what would you like to say to them?
so that's the thing, is we can appreciate our parents and our
Yeah,
families for producing us clearly, right? And have
yeah,
that respect. But you're not living for your parents, you're living for you. And
yeah,
whatever that looks like, you need to live in your truth. If it, because I don't agree with parents putting their path on their children. Like you said, let's say you came from doctors as parents. Clearly, that's a great career.
mm,
But what if your kid doesn't like that? What if your kid
yeah,
gets sick to even see blood? Like,
yeah,
everyone has their own personality. You were made to do something that you were made to do, not what your parents put in place for you.